Hi, I'm Tom. Welcome to Bowman Farm. We're located in Gloucester on the mid-north coast of New South Wales, Australia. So I'm the fourth generation dairy farmer to be operating on Bowman Farm. We've been operating for over 100 years on this property. We milk 600 cows every day of the year, calving year round. We're a pasture-based system predominantly with a PMR, so feeding a TMR to the cows when necessary throughout the year. We operate on approximately 750 hectares across two properties, some irrigated, some dryland pasture, feeding a consistent ration of grain in the dairy. Prior to purchasing the Nevada slurry equipment, we had a separation process of the effluent going into an underground concrete sump, getting pumped out into a corkscrew separator. This worked well for a number of years, but it's about 20 years old, so we're facing some high-level maintenance on it and we're having some running issues with it. The product then went into an effluent storage dam, and from there it was pumped to run a travelling irrigator. The pumps couldn't handle it. We had to rebuild a pump a number of times, and the areas that we were getting on were becoming quite saturated as well. We said, well, we need to find a solution. And I also wanted the opportunity to get the nutrient value from the effluent broader across the farm. The decision around choosing Nevada tanker and stirrer compared to anything else on the market, firstly, the full galvanised system. I think that's very, very important. We're dealing with such corrosive material. I like the steering axles, the big flotation tyres. It does move across the paddock very well. It follows the tractor very well. But probably the most significant thing was the dual rainwave application at the back of the tanker. I really like that over a splash plate applicator. Very even spread. There's no drift in the air and less evaporation because those larger droplets are getting straight to ground to be drawn into the soil across the paddock behind the tanker. Purchasing the stirrer with the tanker was a must-have and a non-negotiable for me. It assists with the suction process and the filling of the tank. It creates an easier filling process for the tanker. Also, via analysis, we've been able to identify that it gets more product airborne. It creates a more uniform product within the dam, and therefore each load is going out with a healthy amount of nutrient. The benefits that I've already seen by upgrading to the Nevada system, obviously the ability to get our effluent slurry across broader areas of the milking platform and even further out from the platform into heifer blocks. We used to be able to cover roughly 20 hectares with our travelling irrigators, and now we see that number of hectares go up to about 200 hectares that we can cover. So a significant impact where we can improve soil health right across the farm. As far as bottom line figures, we've had the tanker for a short period of time, since February 2025. Since then, I've already calculated that we've reduced our purchased nitrogen costs by roughly $18,000. Effluent management now is a flawless process. We just hook the tanker up and get stuck in. Very strong, sturdy equipment, easy to use, with very little to go wrong.